Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Sammy here. Let's talk about something we've been waiting for. Have our prayers finally been answered? Is Grinding Gear Games, the ever elusive guardian of ARPG pain, starting to accept that fun is a requirement, not a luxury, in a good action ARPG? Well, with patch 0.20G coming later this week, it looks like we're finally going to find out. In a recent tweet, Grinding Gear Games confirmed that they're putting the finishing touches on Patch G with an ETA set for the end of this week. And the focus? Loot. Glorious loot. This isn't just a small hotfix. According to Grinding Gear Games, this patch will bring 2 major improvements and a flurry of small ones that address pain points many of us have been talking about since early access began. Here's what they previewed. The main focus of 0.20G will be to address 2 highly sought after improvements, as well as a flurry of other minor to moderate changes. That's dev speak for, yes, we've been reading your comments and it's time to start making some changes. Let's break it down. The first big improvement is about loot drops, specifically mitigating unlucky streaks from bosses. This means raising the floor of how bad loot can be, especially from campaign bosses. Overall improvements to boss drops, higher chances of seeing items with value, not just random junk with no synergy to your build. Buffs to loot from Azmerian Wisp possessed monsters. These should now feel worth engaging rather than just glowy distractions with zero payoff. For players stuck in the campaign or re-rolling alts, this is big. Campaign bosses should now reliably drop loot that at least feels rewarding, instead of what we've been getting, fractured based items with bad implicits and no synergy. The second major improvement is around corrupted nexuses, and this is a quality of life win. Previously, these were too rare, too disconnected from player progression, and way too slow compared to how quickly you leveled your waystone tiers. That fraction made them feel like an annoying chore. GGG is now reducing the number of nexus needed to earn all your Atlas passive points, improving visibility in the fog of the Atlas map so players can actually find them. This makes endgame mapping flow more naturally. It's also a smart move to keep players engaged without wasting time on outdated progression bottlenecks. Beyond loot and nexuses, Grinding Gear Games has also teased additional quality of life changes in this patch and beyond, including making pinnacle content more accessible, reducing simulacrum difficulty, balancing expeditions, specifically nerfing difficulty spikes and buffing rewards from certain remnants. These are the kinds of details that show GGG is listening. They're not overhauling entire systems yet, but they're tuning the dials in the right direction towards fun. Now, before we get too excited, let's keep a perspective here. We've talked about this on the channel before. POE 2's biggest issue right now isn't just performance or desyncs. It's the feeling that loot is lifeless, especially in the campaign. It's not necessarily that we want screens full of gear like in D3 or POE 1. What we want is meaningful, rewarding drops that keep us engaged. Campaign progression has felt stale because we often outlevel gear, never upgraded until 4 or 5 zones later. Patch 0.2G could be the first serious answer to that complaint, but it's worth asking, is it enough? The campaign experience in POE 2 has been repeatedly criticized for how unrewarding it feels. And let's be honest, loot is the heartbeat of any ARPG. When that rhythm is flat, the entire experience suffers. These loot improvements, especially the part about raising the minimum quality of campaign boss drops, could meaningfully smooth out progression. It's not just about getting more items, It's about getting better, more relevant items during the moments that matter the most, like right after a tough boss fight or when you're leaning on crafting just to stay viable. Even small changes here could drastically improve pacing and reduce the I'm still using starting level gear in Act 3 feeling that many of us have complained about. And if they do it right, these changes won't flood the ground with junk. They'll make every drop feel like it has purpose. That's what Jonathan's been pushing for all along. Loot that matters. The Azmerian Wisp tweak is also key. These little monsters offer a visually exciting thematic mechanic, but so far, their drops haven't lived up to the hype. If GGG can amp up their rewards while maintaining their thematic identity, we may actually start seeking them out rather than ignoring them. What I'm hoping to see in this patch: rare and magic items dropping with better implicit rules, more build relevant modifiers on leveling gear, less vendor trash, more maybe I can use this moments, some sort of mid-campaign crafting bump, either via loot or better vendor bases. And I am going to keep saying this until it either gets confirmed that they're not going to do it or that they actually fix it. Currency drops have to be amped up a little bit. They are far and few between, which leads and creates a horrible crafting experience. And you further surmount that problem with the complete RNG based system when it comes to crafting. Just as an example, just leads to one horrible, miserable experience in the campaign. What I'm speaking about here, I'm also talking about elevating the currency drops in the game. Now, if Grinding Gear Games goes far enough in this patch, it could totally change how players experience Acts 1 to 3 and 1 to 3 in Cruel. And if they don't, well, at least we know they're trying. The fact that Grinding Gear Games is prioritizing loot in this patch is the core reason we log in. It's a huge positive sign in my humble opinion. Patch 0.20G won't fix everything, but it signals a shift, in my opinion, in tone from Grinding Gear Games. They're beginning to accept that fun can coexist with challenge, that campaign shouldn't feel like a drought, that when you kill a boss, you should feel like you earned something. We need more aha moments in this game. If you're planning to jump into POE 2 for patch 0.2G, let me know what you're hoping to see in the comments. And if you're new here, I cover Path of Exile 2 regularly, so be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my breakdowns when the patch drops. Catch you next time, Exiles, and may your next boss fight drop something worth equipping. See you next time. Take care. Thanks, everyone. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.